Mm, mm, mm. Oh, sweet Jesus. They told me, Drew, why don't you start cooking for your YouTube channel? If y'all want me to start cooking, then I'm gonna start cooking. What's up, everybody? We alive. Yet another day above soil. That is correct. I have received lots of feedback from people who I know. And they said, Drew, your artwork is amazing. But why don't you throw some things that you cook on your YouTube channel? I said, well, I think that would confuse the heck out of some of the viewers I currently have, because some people look for niches. You have people who look for books. You have people who look for art. You got people who really love to watch people who like to game. Like, they're gamers. They play that PlayStation. They play the Xbox. They play the computer. Okay, that's cool for them. But I didn't know if putting artwork and food on the same channel would affect anything. But at this moment in time, I don't really have anything to lose. A friend of mine who I met from a mutual friend in Oswego, her and her husband is gonna have a housewarming party. They said, Drew, I have heard that your cake is amazing. So you know what? I'm gonna make a cake, a pound cake for their housewarming party. And I'm gonna show all of y'all how I make cake. So instead of the paintbrushes, instead of the paint, instead of the newspapers and all the other stuff that you usually see me, I'm gonna ask y'all to get your spatula, get your ingredients, preheat that oven to 325, because we about to go cook. First thing y'all gonna need to do is preheat this oven 325 degrees. You're gonna do this while you're gonna start cooking, all right? All right. All right, y'all. I'm gonna run down the ingredients that I'm gonna be using for this blueberry pound cake. You're gonna need 3 sticks of butter. 3 sticks of butter at room temperature. You're gonna need some salt. You're gonna need about 5, maybe 6 lemons. And you're gonna zest those lemons. I'm gonna show you what I use to zest the lemons. You're gonna need some baking powder. You're gonna need confectionery sugar. You'll need vanilla extract, lemon extract. You're gonna need some flour, some all-purpose flour. You're gonna need the Pam. You're gonna need sour cream. You're gonna need 3 cups of sugar, and you're also gonna need that lemon zest. You're gonna need 6 large eggs. Got these from the Walmart, and it's all good. Y'all can use whatever eggs, but you're gonna need at least the large eggs. They could be brown, they could be white. I haven't tried any purple eggs now, but if y'all find any purple eggs and they taste like regular eggs, y'all go ahead and use it, but I'm gonna use these eggs right here. They work. What the heck's a blueberry pound cake? Without your blueberries. We're gonna use some wild frozen blueberries. Don't thaw them out. You're gonna keep them frozen. I'm gonna tell y'all why. And also, you're gonna need 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I got this oven preheated at 325 degrees. Some people, maybe further down south, they will usually put their pound cake in a cold oven and then gradually the oven would get hotter. I do mine a little bit different. I put mine in an already preheated oven. So you're gonna go in, and some of y'all may notice, so actually, shoot, I'm gonna turn this oven light on. Okay, I got a pan on the bottom rack, and in the middle rack, I got the open rack. That's where the pound cake's gonna go. So you got that, you got a pan down here, and you got the rack right here. I'm using an electric oven, and it's not recommended for y'all to use a confection oven for pound cake. Now, that rack at the bottom where that pan is, that'll help to have the hot air circulate over it so it can go into your bundt pan, which is right here. Your bundt pan could be like a pattern or whatnot. I ain't gonna be bougie like that, so I'm just gonna use a regular bundt pan. It worked for the last few cakes that I've used, so we're gonna use this pan. Y'all, I wish I had waited till I filmed this video to zest the lemon, but I did it last night because I was just too excited. But anyway, if y'all want to zest fresh lemons, I suggest y'all use this. Something called a microplane. You can zest lemons, limes, you can zest ginger. I've even used it for some nutmeg, and I use some nutmeg for jerk chicken and a few other things. But yeah, if you want to zest some fruit, oranges, lemons, limes, anything that's a citrus, you could use this microplane. With pound cake, it's like a science, specifically with your ingredients. So with the pound cake, you're gonna need your eggs and your butter at room temperature. The eggs you see right here, these eggs are definitely not room temperature. So for a little bit of time, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna warm up the eggs for about a few minutes, so that way they sit in hot water and they're gonna be room temperature when I'm done. I got a standing mixer. I want to thank my mother because she got me this for last Christmas, and it has worked wonders, y'all. This is a blessing right here. So you're gonna take yourself a standing mixer. And I'm gonna use this paddle right here. Some people use the whisk attachment. Some people will use this. I made it a couple times, so this right here whips everything magically. So you're gonna take this attachment right here and put it up in there. Like I said, with your butter, like the eggs, your butter is gonna need to be room temperature. I let these sit out overnight. But if you let these sit out for about a few days, it's not gonna be good. So when you make pound cake the night before, let your butter sit out. Well, Drew, I don't really have that much time making a pound cake. Well, too bad. You're going to need to plan it out more. Pound cake is something that you need to plan to make. It's not something that you're going to hurry up and do. This ain't no Easy Mac. This ain't something you can throw in a freaking microwave and nuke it for a minute. No. That's not how it's done, y'all. You don't nuke a pound cake. Pound cake you're gonna need to make with love, okay? Okay. I don't have that much time. Well, you're gonna need that time for this pound cake. I'll tell you what. There's a difference between doing things right and right now. And if you ain't doing it right, you're gonna do it right now. And sometimes the right now is gonna get you all screwed up. And right now, shoot, I'm just being serious, y'all. You want your pound cake done right, then you're gonna need a plan. It's like every other thing. I currently work for college, for young students. A lot of times, they need to improve upon time management. They think they could get assignments done in a matter of minutes. Nah, you need to plan. People have iPhones and Droids. All the social media and stuff that people be putting on right now is on a computer. On that same computer, on that same phone, you got schedules, calendars, alarm clocks. They work wonders, y'all. Okay, so my butter is in the bowl. I'm whipping it up a little bit. All right, so got the butter a little bit whipped. And you're gonna need to put this in their particular order. I put a little bit of lemon zest up in here. Gives the cake a little bit of a flavor. I put about a 1/4 teaspoon of lemon zest in there. This is my 3 cups of regular sugar. I like Domino sugar. I grew up in Baltimore County. My family would go to Baltimore City, and we always have adventures. And there's this Domino sugar sign that would overlook everything, and it would be like a wonder, a sight for sore eyes. I use Domino sugar, y'all. And don't be putting your blender on the max setting, because your sugar is going to be flying everywhere. So Drew, how do I know when it's time to incorporate more ingredients? Right now I'm whipping the butter and the sugar together. I'm whipping that butter and sugar. If you can still hear the granules of sugar on your metal bowl, it's not ready. And you're gonna need to do this in phases, y'all. You see this? Okay, I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna cut it off right now. Let me put this down right quick. Oh. If your butter and sugar is looking a little bit chunky like this, it's not ready. You're gonna need to make it go for a spin a little bit longer. I'll show y'all the end results, but it's gonna take a little bit over 2 to 3 minutes for y'all to cream that butter. In the process of creaming your butter, you're gonna need to get some of that loose butter that's on the side, that's hitting the side like this, so that everything be nice and incorporated. So when you get the butter and sugar on the side, yeah, you're gonna scrape it the sides like this, okay? Take my finger. Like this. And I'm gonna let it go again. All right. This butter is pretty much whipped. And y'all will know when this butter is whipped, when it's going to look a little bit like this. Okay. You see your paddle? You see that paddle right there? If you take your paddle off, let me try to get this paddle off. See, it just falls off that paddle. Not that much effort. Yep, falls right off the paddle. I'll bring y'all a little bit closer. Look at that consistency. That butter is whipped. Now it's time to crack my eggs. And remember, your eggs are also going to need to be room temperature. No shells, please. No shells. Some people like, Drew, do you scramble your eggs and then just dump it in all at once? No! You don't do that. You're going to put your eggs in one at a time. And here is the reason for why. Butter and eggs separate. They will naturally separate. If you put it in at the same time, it will not be very well incorporated. There's been a lot of people who tried this, both people who I'm related to and not related to. They tried to put everything in at the same time. End result, that cake turns out a hot mess. So you're going to need to put your eggs in one at a time while you do your flour. Now that you got your whipped butter, you crack your eggs, and this is six room temperature eggs. I got 3 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and about either a half or a quarter teaspoon of sea salt. So anyway, you've got your whipped butter with the sugar, and you're going to incorporate 1 egg, half cup of this flour mixture gradually. And I mean it. You're going to do it gradually. So we're going to drop an egg, 1 egg in there. Oh, 2 eggs. If that does happen, you just proceed. So this is half a cup right here. I put 2 eggs in the mixture. I'm just going to need to take my time. All right. Now with your mixer, don't put it on full blast when you got eggs and flour that's all loose. If you want the cake all over you, go right ahead. But we're just going to take our time. We're going to increase it little by little, just like so. Ready to go lift this paddle up like so. I'm going to add 1 more egg. One egg. And we're going to do half a cup of your flour mixture. Half a cup of your flour mixture. Yeah, don't forget to scrape the sides. Scrape your spatula if need be. I'll put this right here on the side. I'm going to throw this up in there again. I'm not going to lie, y'all. I love cooking. It's definitely a fun process, especially when it comes to making this pound cake. Yes. I have a few relatives who made pound cake. My aunt, a couple of my mother's friends, a cousin of mine. And I'm like, you know what? I want to make pound cake too. Why not? So outside of the kitchen, I make art and I go to craft shows. I like going to craft shows. Especially because Black Friday's around the corner and I'm going to do one at Watertown. I hope I sell. I really do. You gotta do what you love to do, because then it doesn't feel like work. That's how it is. Now, if you're doing something, you hate doing it, and it's just every day, that's not living. That's existing. So I'm at these craft shows, right? And a lot of times I get customers or I get passersby who ask me if I am local, which is it's a good question. It's a very good question, because my response would be, okay, what's your perception of local? Is it 5 miles? Is it 10 miles? Is it 20 miles? Is it 50 miles? Is it 100 miles? Oh, I'm just talking about the Oneida, or I'm talking about the Oswego area. So when I say, okay, is Oswego local for you? Oh, that's too far. But here's the deal. There's some people who think if I'm in Syracuse, New York, they think that New Jersey is local. I don't get it. So when someone asks me at a craft show, Drew, are you local? I always reply, what is your perception of local? I will go and drive an hour away, an hour 15 minutes away, to sell my art. And if need be, if people want to eat my pound cake, I will go an hour and I will make pound cake for people. I mean, if this thing takes off, yeah, I'll do it. Because when it comes to art and when it comes to cooking, that is things that I love to do. We've got one more egg. And we're going to put the rest of this flour mixture into the mixer. Right in there. Put that right up in there. Mix it up real good. And once again, don't let all your ingredients go flying everywhere. We're just going to take our time. Let all your ingredients come together as one cohesive unit. So, after you have incorporated your 6 eggs in your flour mixture, the consistency should look something like this. That's all the ingredients, minus a few others. That's just a consistency that you want before you add your flavors into the mix. We're going to use 8 ounces. 8 ounces of sour cream. By the way, this doesn't need to be room temperature. Some people use cream cheese. I even know some people who use mayonnaise, and I'm like, ugh. Mayonnaise in a pound cake? Mayonnaise in a pound cake? I don't think so, Tim. I don't think so. I use sour cream because a lot of other people that I know and who make a pretty good pound cake, they use sour cream. I'm just going to get the sides like this. So things can be nicely incorporated. Another thing that irks me a little bit is how things tend to not be measured. My family in some cases be like, Drew, why do you need everything measured? I like to have exact measurements because that's how I put love in food. And when things are good, I like to record. So I'm putting 2 ounces of lemon juice into my mixture. 2 ounces of lemon juice. And then this is also important. See, I ran out of some top shelf vanilla that my parents gave me over last time I went over to their place. Not all vanilla extracts are created equal. But I just went to the Price Chopper and I got this vanilla extract. You're going to need a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Not imitation vanilla extract. You're not going to use imitation vanilla extract. That stuff is so fake. I'm sorry. That's why they call it imitation vanilla extract. And because this is a lemon blueberry pound cake, you're also going to need some pure lemon extract. There's actually a way to make your own lemon extract, and it involves vodka. So I put a tablespoon of this lemon extract, a tablespoon of vanilla extract into that mixture. Ooh, I could smell it already. Oh, sweet Jesus. This pound cake is going to be so good, it's going to make them slap their mama. Yes, sir. Okay, you got your flavors in. I need to get some more off this spatula. Get my paddle. Mix this in a little bit. And then once again, we're going to incorporate our flavors. Now, this is the part where things are going to get very interesting. Look how luscious this looks. It's like silk. Look at that. Now, if your batter don't look like this, please hit me up. I'll be a monkey's uncle. That batter don't look this luscious. Oh, sweet Jesus. Now we're going to prepare our blueberries for our blueberry lemon pound cake. Now, you're going to need to be a little bit specific with these blueberries as well. If you're going to just dump your blueberries, fresh or frozen, into your pound cake without properly doing it, they're going to sink all the way to your bottom of your cake. This is a technique that I'm going to tell y'all to prevent your blueberries from sinking into the bottom of your cake. So, I have frozen wild blueberries. Frozen wild blueberries from the Price Chopper. And once again, Price Chopper, y'all are doing it right, y'all. Because your paper bags and your newspapers are of high quality. And I need to get this thing open and it's giving me a fit. Anyway. Frozen wild blueberries in a container. And now you're going to need some cornstarch. So how much cornstarch you going to need for your blueberry lemon pound cake? You're going to need you're going to need 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. So that's 1 tablespoon. There you got 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I love me some Clabber Girl cornstarch. Very clean. I use it for fried chicken. I use it to make bread. And shake these up a little. There we go. Frozen blueberries with cornstarch in it. Back then, when my mama, my dad, anyone else in the family, they making a cake, they're gonna be like, "Who wants to lick the paddle? Oh, I wanna lick it. I wanna lick it." Yeah, I ain't got no kids right now. But if my nephew that came over, I'd be like, "You wanna lick the paddle? You wanna lick it?" They'd be like, "No, I wanna lick it." There's no shame in doing that. But yeah, kids be growing up real quick nowadays. And I find that when you get older, time goes quicker. Time goes a lot quicker when you get older. And you gotta enjoy all the time that you have on Earth. Because, quite frankly, you don't know when you're gonna die. Some people will know when it's time, like you have people like Farrah Fawcett. Everybody knew that she was about to head out. Michael Jackson was a shock. Michael Jackson was a big shock. You also have, like Prince. That was a shock. He had a few bits and pieces in his tape left. So you're gonna take these blueberries. Actually, I'm gonna bring y'all closer. Bring y'all closer. Look at this. Now, to prevent your pound cake from sticking to your butt pan, you're gonna need some Pam. I like to use the butter flavor. You're gonna use this Pam. And you're gonna grease the sides with your Pam. And then you get a little bit more flour, probably like a quarter cup of your flour. And put it in your butt pan. Put it in y'all's butt pan like so. Your butt pan should look like this. Flour all around, even on the center. Now that your butt pan is nice and coated with flour, I don't need this flour no more. I'm gonna put it back. So you got your ingredients that you put in that blender, that mixer, the stand mixer. Make sure that there's an even distribution now. So it should look a little something like that. You got your preheated oven. Now it's time to put this cake in the oven. Middle rack. Rack at the bottom has a pan, a cookie sheet on the bottom. This cake, we go cook it for about hour 30 minutes or hour 45. Don't rush it. It's ready, y'all. It's ready. Had to leave this cake in here for a few more minutes. Sometimes you just gotta wait a little bit because each cake is individualized in its characteristics. So I'm gonna get my oven mitt, something else, because this is gonna be hot. I don't want to burn my fingers. Look at that. Once your cake is out the oven, you're gonna need to let it cool off before you remove it from the bundt pan. It's a little bit cold outside. I'm gonna let it cool off outside. This had been resting outside, cooling off for about 20 minutes. Now we're going to take this bundt pan and we're going to flip it over to see how it looks. There we go. I give y'all blueberry lemon pound cake. In the next few minutes, I'm gonna show y'all how I make the glazé. Oh, so y'all thought we were done making this fabulous blueberry lemon pound cake. But we ain't done yet. I'm about to show y'all how I make the glazé. And it's not glaze. We're going to cascade on the sides of this cake a glazé. What I have here is a cup of confectionery sugar. We're going to put it in there like so. We got lemon juice. I'm going to start it slowly. Because sometimes I'll be misbehaving sometimes. I'm going to start off with 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And you're only going to need but just a little bit of this lemon zest. You know that one clip I showed you with that microplane? Yeah, that's where I got this lemon zest from. You're going to need, I'm going to say half, I'm going to say a teaspoon of lemon zest. Hit it with a teaspoon, what the heck. Teaspoon of lemon zest. Now, I put, this is what gets again, it's a cup of lemon juice. I mean, a cup of confectionery sugar. Oh, it's looking like I'm going to need more than just 2 teaspoons. I'm going to put in 2 more teaspoons, see how I look. That's 3 teaspoons, 4 teaspoons of lemon juice. We're going to mix it together like this. You can make it as thin or as thick as y'all want it. But if you want it thick, you generally use more confectionery sugar. But if you want it a little bit thinner, on the thin side, then you use more juice. This is too thick. So I'm going to hit it with 2 more teaspoons, see how I look. See, that's 1 teaspoon. I'm gonna see. Okay, that's 1 teaspoon. It's getting close, y'all. It is getting close. I'm probably gonna need 1 more. Yeah, I'm gonna need 1 more. It's thick, but it's a little bit too thick for my liking. You could, and if it's too thin, just add more granulate. No, you add more confectionery sugar. But this is how I make the glazé. And if you want, put a little bit of vanilla. Actually, I'm gonna put a little bit of vanilla extract in there and make it pop. The thickness is almost to what I want. See that? Look at this thickness. Oh, sweet Jesus. It's gonna need a little bit of vanilla extract. I actually learned about this trick from my father. And my father learned this trick from his grandmother. So shout out to my dad, and I have one shout out to my great grandmother. Anytime you use vanilla, lemon, it complements it very well. And you're only going to need just a touch of vanilla extract. Boop. There we go. Just a little touch vanilla extract. And it will set it off. Because lemon juice is very acidic. Vanilla extract is very alkaline. When they both come together, when the flavor profiles form a yin-yang of awesomeness in your porcelain bowl, it's like, hey, we go good together. So anyway, this is the thickness that I want. This is absolutely perfect, by the way. And I'm going to leave it up to y'all. If you want it thicker, add less lemon juice. If you want it thinner, add more. If you made it too thin, add more confectionery sugar. If it's still too thick, add more juice. But y'all see this? Wow. And now we're going to gently cascade our glazé on this cake. I'll bring it closer to y'all because this is just, this is going to be an ambrosia of flavor. So we're just going to take this bowl. You see this? We're going to pour it gently over the sides like this. Ooh. Yes, honey. Yes. I want to just let it drip. Let it drip, drip, drip. That consistency is absolutely perfect. It is phenomenal, y'all. I want people to see that my glazé is, of course, on this cake. It's not on a car. It's not on your counter. Glazé is on the cake. Oh, sweet Jesus. Jesus be a fence. Add that. What y'all know about that glazé? Look at that. Now, when I go over to my friend's place, I'm going to slice this baby open to show y'all the final product. Okay? Okay. So before we part ways and leave, I have a relatively important question to ask of you. If you went to sleep tonight and you didn't wake up the next day, would you truly be satisfied with the life that you've lived? If your answer is no, then it's most definitely time to do some soul searching. Think about some of the changes that you need to make within your life. I say this because there's a lot of things within our society that discriminate. Death, however, doesn't discriminate. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for watching my content. If this is your first, second, third, fourth, whatever time, hit that subscribe button. Become a member of the LDX family. We are still on the road to 100 subscribers. And as always, I'm also going to put the links to my Etsy and Instagram, and in this situation, the ingredients for my recipe right within the description. I leave you all with much love, good spirits, and vibes. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. I'm out.